Hey guys, Chris here. And when it comes to Apple stock and Apple as a company, we all know Apple as this powerful blue chip company that is basically making the world turn. Well, lately when it comes to the stock, a lot of analysts and investors have been saying that Apple is overvalued. It's too much hype. That Apple has been trading sideways for about a month and a half now, trading around the $120 mark. That $120 has been the resistance line for Apple in recent weeks. And in my opinion, that's pretty good because technology has had a significant sell-off in the recent months as well. But Apple is a $2 trillion market cap company that when it comes to great companies, they're always going to have their bumps on the road. For example, Apple will pay up to $500 million to settle lawsuits over slowing down older iPhones. This lawsuit wasn't really talked about too much in the media. Again, Apple has a reputation that they want to keep, and anything like this could kind of ruin or fathom their reputation. But Apple will have to pay up to $500 million in this specific lawsuits for slowing down the older models of their iPhones. The iPhone 6, the iPhone 6s, those type of older generation phones. So what's going to happen here in this lawsuit is that Apple will have to pay $25 to $50 depending on how many cases have been filed against Apple to the owners of these devices before a specific date. And that will range around $350 to $500 million, okay? But when investors look at this lawsuit, they may consider like, is this going to hurt Apple long term? In my opinion, no. Apple has a balance sheet, one of the best balance sheets out there. They have over $200 billion, and they're probably one of the only companies that have $200 billion in their balance sheet. So this may seem like a huge chunk of money. It's $500 million, but it's not going to make too much of a dent to Apple. And another lawsuit that's going around, that Apple lawsuit shows the company's extreme focus on secrecy. Apple was suing a former employee for allegedly seeking out or leaking out different information to the media. We all know that Apple is continuously and consistently working on different types of products. You have people 24/7 in the Apple headquarters or just working, through home for Apple, consistently trying to work and improve products for the people. So by people basically giving out information to the media, that is hurting Apple and their customers. So this lawsuit is still pending. I will keep you guys updated if you guys was like on this lawsuit. Now, when it comes to the valuation of Apple, Apple has a market cap of $2.035 trillion. Many analysts and investors think that this company is overvalued at $121 at the moment of this video. Many analysts and investors are considering that this PE ratio 32.87 is extremely high for a company like Apple. Apple is one of these blue chip stock companies that has basically matured in a way for many investors. When people invest into Apple, many people are considering Apple is just one of the safest bets, and you're going to get consistent growth throughout the years. And that's what investors and analysts are worried about. You don't want consistent growth, you want exaggerated growth. And that's what everybody wants, right? There are analysts and investors that are predicting that there could be a 20 to 30% correction or a 20 or 30% sell-off for Apple. And if that happens, Apple could trade around $95. And many people will believe that that's an even better price target to buy up Apple stock and just build up your positions. And for a company like Apple that is so well-rounded, that has such a solid foundation, for investors, it's very hard to impress them now. Apple has become a mature company, making it hard to grow at scale. In 2020, revenues were $274 billion. In 2019, they were $260 billion. They grew $14 billion year over year. That's a lot of money for a company, right? Not many companies can make $14 billion, let alone in a quarter. But yet, it was still 5% growth year over year. That many investors don't really like. They like 10 and plus % growth. So many investors are thinking that Apple is extremely
past its prime.
Apple will not grow at the rates that it's used to growing. In year 2020, Apple grew more than 100%, basically doubling up in value. And that's what, in a way, investors are wanting. They want the same repetition, the same thing that just happened in year 2020 to keep on continuing. But that's clearly not going to happen. And when it comes to the iPhone sales, many people believe that it may be slowing down. But it's not a disaster. Apple is still expected to ship 230 million phones this year, up 11.6% from last year. It's just harder for a company like Apple to move the needle. Okay, and that is exactly what I personally believe as well. It's very hard for a company that is already shipping and selling 230 million phones a year to sell, 10-20% even more. It's just very hard to scale up. So the expectations that investors and even some stockholders have it's very far-fetched for any sort of company. Yes, Apple is a behemoth of a company, and I do believe it will continue to grow over the years, and it's a great long-term hold. But many investors want more than a long-term hold. They want exceptional growth. They want 10-20% growth year after year after year, which in a way is not sustainable. For a company like Apple, they are always trying to grow as a company and try to make different streams of income to make more and more revenue. They're even expanding their ways to make more board chips for their own PC computers and for their own laptops. There's a lot of schools that have partnered up with Apple to even sell their iPads. iPads are very familiar for a lot of students. That kind of does help with education. Even now, Apple is trying to sell their own headphones just to make a different source of income and try to attack a different type of niche and a different type of industry. There are even rumors going around that Apple might even start to make up their own Apple cars and their own Apple vehicles. Many people are expecting Apple to actually follow through with this plan and make their own electric autonomous vehicles. And if Apple does complete this step and move forward, Apple is going to be a very, very powerful company, not just a technology company, but a very auto car vehicle company as well. Apple Car integration with iPhone possesses big threat to high-end automakers. There are many different articles about Apple and their cars being released soon, the different types of patents that Apple has been trying to file just for their vehicles. And all this just brings up more speculation that Apple will follow through with these Apple vehicles, okay? And the photos that have been leaked out, or what is suspected to be leaked out, they have been looking beautiful. So when it comes to Apple stock in general, guys, and is Apple stock a must-buy stock? In my opinion, Apple stock will always be a must-buy stock. Apple will never, in my opinion, will never ever fold and will never crumble as a company. Their tremendous balance sheet will continue to hold them up afloat no matter what type of circumstances, no matter what the market is doing. And whenever Apple is around the 120 mark, guys, in my opinion, it's not overvalued because I am a long-term investor and I am willing to stick with the punches for Apple. And if there's ever a 20 to 30% correction for Apple, best believe I am not selling my shares. I will even better my position and buy more shares of Apple. I'm a long-term believer in Apple today, yesterday, and for the many years to come. Alright guys, so that's basically the video. I do hope you guys did enjoy this Apple stock updated video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. It does help out the YouTube algorithm and it does help me beat that pesky algorithm. It does help me out. Alright guys, so thank you all for watching. If you guys have any comments or opinions on Apple, please comment down below. I would like to know what you guys think. Alright guys, so salutes to you all. Have a great day. Bye. Much love. Peace.